I want you to be brutally honest with me. Do you ever feel like you are stuck? Like you are running on a treadmill day after day, working so hard, but getting nowhere? Do you feel like your life is a movie stuck on pause? The same bills? The same problems? The same feeling of being trapped? You see your friends getting promoted, buying new houses, falling in love, and you are happy for them. But a quiet voice inside you whispers, "Why not me?" You feel an invisible barrier between you and the life you desire. A glass wall that you can see through but can't break. What if I told you that barrier is real? And what if I told you it's not your fault? It's not because you aren't working hard enough. It's not because you aren't smart enough. It is because your house is energetically constipated. Yes, you heard me right. Constipated. Your home, this sacred space, has its own digestive system for energy, what we masters call qi. When qi flows freely, your life flows. Money, opportunities, and love come in effortlessly, and bad luck, arguments, and sickness are naturally flushed out. But when your house is filled with years of accumulated clutter, you are creating energetic blockages. You are creating a traffic jam for your own destiny. And the most terrifying part? Some of these blockages have been there for 10 years or more. They are not just objects. They are energetic relics of your past failures, past heartbreaks, and past struggles. That ugly sweater your ex gave you, it's not just wool, it's an anchor of betrayal. Those old bills from a failed business, they are not just paper, they are monuments to your fear. These things are holding you hostage to a version of yourself you have been desperately trying to escape. In this deep dive 40-minute masterclass, we are not just going to tidy up, we are going to perform an energetic surgery on your home. I am going to be your guide, your surgeon, as we walk room by room, and we will identify the 7 categories of items that have been poisoning your energy field for years. And I will give you a 24-hour action plan. If you can summon the courage to release these items within 1 day, I promise you, the shift in your life will be so fast, so powerful, it will feel like magic. This is not about cleaning. This is about rebirth. Are you ready to break free from the prison of your past? Grab a trash bag. We begin now. First, before we even touch a single object, you must understand the fundamental law of energy that most people miss. Clutter is not just stuff. In the world of Feng Shui, clutter is the physical manifestation of fear. It is your subconscious mind screaming for help, but using objects instead of words. Let's break down this psychology. Why do we truly hold on to things we no longer need? Think about that stack of old clothes in your closet you haven't worn in 5 years. You keep them because you fear you won't be able to afford new ones if you gain or lose weight. That is the fear of poverty. Think about that broken toaster sitting on your kitchen counter. You keep it because you fear being wasteful, a mindset drilled into you from childhood. That is the fear of scarcity. Think about that box of sentimental items from an ex-partner hidden under your bed. You keep it because you fear truly letting go of the past and being alone. That is the fear of loneliness. Every single pile of clutter in your home, every dusty corner, is a monument to a specific, deep-seated fear that is running your life on autopilot. Now, let's use a powerful metaphor. Imagine your house is a living, breathing body. The front door is the mouth. This is where all nourishment, all fresh qi comes in. The hallways are the arteries, where this life force circulates to every part of your being. The windows are the eyes, connecting you to the outside world and allowing you to see your path. And clutter. Clutter is the cholesterol, the thick, sticky plaque building up in your arteries. It is the toxins accumulating in your liver. It is the undigested food rotting in your gut. It slows everything down to a crawl. It creates stagnation. And in the world of energy, stagnation equals death. Money stops flowing. Relationships become stale. Health declines. The house cannot breathe, and therefore you cannot breathe. So when we are decluttering, we are not just making space. We are performing energetic liposuction. We are removing the blockages so that life force, so that God's grace can flow freely through your life once again. Our first surgery begins at the most critical point of the entire house, the place where all luck, good and bad, enters. Let's walk to your front door. Do it now if you can. Open it wide and look inside. What is the very first thing you see? What is the first thing your foot touches or almost stumbles over? This area is your Ming Tang, or your bright hall. In an ideal world, it should be bright, open, and welcoming. It should feel like a warm, loving hug when you come home. But for 90% of the clients I visit, the entryway is a war zone. It is a graveyard. It is the place where opportunity comes to die. Let's identify the first toxin in this area. It's the shoe graveyard. Look down. Be brutally honest. How many pairs of shoes are piled up by your door? 1, 5, 20? For many, it's a tangled mess of sneakers, boots, and sandals. Shoes, by their very nature, carry the dirty, chaotic energy of the outside world. They represent the toil, the stress, and the exhaustion of your day. When you leave them piled up at the entrance, you are building an energetic wall of fatigue and struggle. Every time you enter your home, you are subconsciously reminded of the stress you just left, and every time you leave, you are symbolically stepping back into that same stress. More importantly, good Qi, which we can personify as a distinguished, wealthy guest, will not walk through a pile of dirty shoes to enter your home. It will take one look, wrinkle its nose in disgust, and turn away. Now for the second toxin, equally venomous. I call it the Amazon altar. Look in the corner. Do you have a pile of empty cardboard boxes from Amazon, Zappos, or HelloFresh that you plan to break down later? Or perhaps a table buried under a mountain of unopened mail, junk flyers, and old newspapers. These boxes and papers represent unresolved tasks and financial debris. They are a physical to-do list that is screaming at you. Energetically, you are signaling to the universe, I am overwhelmed. I cannot handle what I already have. Please, do not send me any more opportunities. Do not send me any more money, because I literally have no space to put it. Mao, you are telling your destiny that you are at full capacity. Let me tell you about a client, John, a brilliant salesman for a tech company in Texas. For 3 months straight, his pipeline was dry as a desert. Not a single new lead. He was on a performance improvement plan, one step away from being fired. He called me, his voice full of desperation. He said, "Master, I feel like I'm cursed. I feel invisible. It's like the world has forgotten I exist." I drove to his house. From the outside, it was a beautiful suburban home. But when he opened the door, I couldn't even step inside without turning sideways.
"Master, I feel like I'm
To the
cursed.
left,
I feel
there was a
invisible."
mountain, a literal mountain.
It's like the world
of at least
has forgotten
15
I
Amazon
exist.
and Zappos boxes.
I drove to his house.
To the right,
From
a
the
shoe rack
outside,
overflowing
it was a
with
beautiful
sneakers,
suburban
cleats,
home.
and old work
But when he
boots.
opened the door,
I stood there
I
for a
couldn't
moment
even
in
step inside
silence.
without turning
Then I
sideways.
looked at him and said,
To the
"John,
left, there was
forget
a mountain,
any
a
curses.
literal
Look at your
mountain
door.
of
You
at
have built a
least
fortress
15
against good
Amazon
luck."
and Zappos boxes.
He immediately got
To
defensive.
the right, a
He
shoe
said,
rack
"It's
overflowing
just
with
temporary.
sneakers,
I've been so
cleats, and
busy,
old work
so
boots."
stressed. I haven't had time." I put my hand on his shoulder and said gently, "Your temporary problem has created a permanent blockage. The chai of opportunity is like a delivery driver. He has a golden package for you. He comes to your door, he sees this mess. He can't even reach the doorbell. He thinks, this person is not ready to receive. So he leaves and takes the package to your competitor." It was a tough pill for him to swallow, but he was desperate. We spent 1 hour, just 1 hour. We broke down every single box and took them to the recycling bin. We put every single pair of shoes, except the one he was currently wearing, inside a closet. We sorted the mail, threw out the junk, and wiped the floor clean. Then, we turned on his porch light, even though it was daytime. The result? He called me the next morning. His voice was shaking. He said, "You are not going to believe this." An old client from 2 years ago had called him out of the blue at 8 a.m. to sign a massive contract he thought was long dead. Later that day, his boss, who had been avoiding him, forwarded him 3 new high-quality leads. It wasn't a curse. His mouth of chi was simply gagged. He just had to let it breathe. Your homework for tonight. Clear your entryway. Leave only 1 pair of shoes. Deal with the mail. Make it so clean and open that good luck itself would be happy to take its shoes off and stay for dinner. Now that we have cleared the entryway, allowing fresh opportunities to knock on your door, we must move to the next, more intimate area. A place that represents your public image, your self-worth, and your hidden emotional baggage. We are going to your closet. Open your closet doors. What do you see? Is it organized, spacious, and filled with clothes that make you feel powerful and confident? Or is it a chaotic, overstuffed cavern of garments you haven't touched in years? The state of your closet is a direct reflection of your inner state. An overstuffed closet signifies an overstuffed mind, a life with no room for new experiences or new relationships. Let's identify the 3 primary toxins lurking in your wardrobe. The first is the ghosts of your past self. These are the clothes that no longer fit you, either physically or energetically. That pair of jeans from 10 years ago you swear you'll fit into again? It is not an inspiration. It is a daily reminder that you are not good enough right now. That business suit from a job you hated, it is an anchor to a past you've escaped. Every time you see these items, you are subconsciously pulled back into the energy of lack, failure, or dissatisfaction. You cannot move forward if your closet is a museum of who you used to be. The second toxin is the relics of broken hearts. This one is for anyone who has been through a painful breakup or divorce. Do you still have your ex-partner's old hoodie? A piece of jewelry they gave you? A dress you wore on a special date? You might think you are keeping them for sentimental reasons, but energetically, you are keeping a dead relationship on life support. You are occupying precious energetic real estate with a ghost. There is no space for a new, healthy partner to enter your life if your closet is still cohabited by an old one. These items radiate an energy of sadness, betrayal, or longing, and they poison your aura every time you open the door. The third and most subtle toxin is the worn out and broken. This includes clothes with holes, stains you can't remove, stretched out underwear, or single socks that have lost their mate. In Feng Shui, your clothes are your second skin. They represent how you present yourself to the world. When you keep and wear damaged items, you are telling the universe that you believe you are only worthy of damaged things. You attract holy finances and broken opportunities. Respect yourself enough to wear clothes that are whole and complete. Let me tell you about a client, a single woman in her late 40s named Linda. She was a beautiful, successful lawyer, but she had been painfully single for over 7 years since her divorce. She went on dates, but nothing ever progressed. She told me, "I feel like I'm invisible. Men are nice to me, but no one ever truly sees me as a partner." We did an audit of her bedroom. Everything seemed fine, but then I asked her to open her walk-in closet. It was like a gut punch. The closet was huge, but it was packed. And on one entire side, hanging in pristine condition, were her ex-husband's clothes. His expensive suits, his old university sweatshirts, his favorite jackets. He had been gone for 7 years, but his presence took up half of the space. I looked at Linda, and I could see the pain in her eyes. I said, "Linda, how can a new man hang his jacket in your closet if there is no room for him?" She started to cry. She said, "I know, but I'm scared to let go. It feels so final." I explained that she was holding on to an energetic placeholder. She was keeping the seat next to her warm for a ghost, so no living person could sit down. That weekend, she made a brave decision. She packed up every single item of her ex-husband's, thanked them for the good memories, and donated them. Then, she went through her own clothes, throwing away anything that reminded her of the sad times. She even bought new, beautiful wooden hangers. She reclaimed the space as her own. 2 weeks later, she joined a hiking group. She met a man. He was kind, he was funny, and he was available. 3 months later, they were in a committed relationship. She emailed me a photo of her closet. On the side that used to hold her ex's suits was now a single new man's jacket. She wrote, "I made space, and the universe filled it. You must do the same. Release the old. Make space for the new you." Now, let's move from your second skin to your body's primary source of nourishment, the kitchen. In Feng Shui, the kitchen is one of the most important rooms in the house. It is directly linked to your health and your wealth. The stove is the fire of prosperity, and the refrigerator and pantry are your treasury or your rice bowl. If your kitchen is sick, your finances will be sick. The first toxin to remove from your kitchen is expired and rotten food. Open your refrigerator, be honest. What's in the back of that bottom shelf? A jar of fuzzy pickles from 2 years ago? A container of mystery leftovers? That half-used jar of expired mayonnaise? This is not just old food. This is stagnant death energy. When you keep and consume food that is past its life force, you are literally feeding your body with the energy of decay. This leads to digestive issues, low energy, and a feeling of being stale in your life. And it signifies to the universe that you are holding on to rotten financial opportunities. Clean out your fridge and pantry once a week. If you wouldn't eat it today, throw it away. The second toxin, and this is a big one, is chipped and cracked dishes. Look at your plates, your bowls, your coffee mugs. Do any of them have a chip on the rim? A crack down the side? I know, it seems wasteful to throw away a perfectly good dish just for a tiny chip. But in Feng Shui, your dishes represent your rice bowl, your capacity to hold wealth. A chipped bowl is a leaking bowl. It means money comes in, but it leaks right back out. You can't seem to save. You are always one emergency away from being broke. Every time you eat from a cracked plate, you are affirming to your subconscious that you accept a broken life and leaking finances. It is better to have 4 whole, beautiful plates than 20 chipped ones. I once consulted for a family in California. They were always struggling, despite both parents having good jobs. They had constant, small, annoying expenses, a car repair, a vet bill, a broken water heater. They could never get ahead. We walked into their kitchen, and I asked to see their dishes. The mother opened the cabinet, and it was a graveyard of chipped ceramics. Almost every single plate and mug had a small crack or a chip. She said, "Oh, these are our everyday dishes. We save the good ones for guests." I looked at her and said, "But you and your family are the most important guests in this house. You are telling the universe every single day that you are only worthy of broken things, while you save the wholeness for strangers." That hit her hard. That weekend, they took all the chipped dishes, smashed them into small pieces, a ritual to break the bad luck, and threw them away. They started using their good dishes every single day. The result? The constant stream of annoying expenses stopped. They finally started to build up their savings. They started treating themselves as worthy, and the universe responded in kind. Check your cabinets. Are you eating from a broken bowl? We have cleansed your entryway, the mouth of opportunity. We have detoxed your closet, your emotional skin. We have purified your kitchen, your source of health and wealth. Now we must descend into the final, and perhaps most potent zone of energetic filth. A place that directly impacts your subconscious mind, your dreams, and your deepest fears. We are going to the danger zone, the space under your bed and the forgotten corners of your home. Let's start with the space under your bed. We have already discussed how shoes under the bed create restless energy. But there are 2 other categories of items stored here that act as powerful anchors to failure and stagnation. The first is old luggage. Many people store their empty suitcases under the bed. Symbolically, what is luggage for? It is for traveling. But when it is empty and stagnant, it represents journeys you wish to take but can't. It represents a life of going nowhere. Every night, you are sleeping on top of the energy of unfulfilled dreams and a feeling of being stuck in one place. You want to move forward in life, but your bed is literally anchored to the energy of immobility. The second, even more toxic item is documents and memorabilia from a past you want to forget. Specifically, anything related to a painful job loss, a failed business, or a traumatic event. I once had a client, a man who suffered from severe chronic insomnia for years. He tried everything. When I audited his bedroom, I asked him what was under his bed. He said, "Nothing, just an old box of papers." I asked him to pull it out. It was a dusty cardboard box filled with old employee handbooks, performance reviews, and ultimately the termination letter from a job he was fired from over a decade ago. I looked at him and said, "Every single night, you are sleeping on top of your biggest failure. Your subconscious mind is reliving the trauma of being fired night after night. No wonder you can't sleep. You are sleeping on a bed of betrayal and rejection." He broke down in tears. That day, we had a small ceremony. We took that box to a fire pit in his backyard, and we burned every single piece of paper. As the smoke rose, he said he felt a 10-year-old weight lift from his shoulders. His insomnia vanished within a week. Now, look up from the floor. Look at the corners of your rooms, especially the ones behind furniture. What do you see? Do you see dust bunnies? Or worse, do you see cobwebs? Corners are the place where chi energy naturally slows down and can become stagnant. They are the lymph nodes of your home. If they are not kept clean, they accumulate dead chi. Dust and cobwebs are the physical manifestation of this dead, stagnant energy. They represent neglect, decay, and the feeling of being stuck in a web of problems you can't escape. A home with dusty corners is a home where fresh ideas and inspiration cannot thrive. Take a broom or a vacuum extension and actively, intentionally clean every single corner of your house. Visualize yourself sweeping away old, tired energy. Finally, in this danger zone, we must address the issue of dead or dying plants. A healthy, vibrant plant brings wood energy and growth. But a dead, wilting, or dusty plant does the opposite. It radiates death chi. It is a constant, depressing visual reminder of decay and failure. Keeping a dead plant in your home is like keeping a tiny corpse on your windowsill. It is energetically toxic. If you cannot revive it, thank it for its service and return it to the earth. Now that we have identified the toxins and removed the major blockages, the house feels lighter, but it's like a patient after surgery. It's clean, but it's weak. We must now perform the final 2 steps to complete our 24-hour detox, the space clearing ritual and the wealth pot activation. This is how we fill the new, empty space with vibrant, positive energy. First, the space clearing ritual. You need to do this after all the physical clutter is gone. The best time is on a Sunday morning, when the energy of the week is resetting. You will need 2 simple things: sea salt and sound. Step 1 is the salt absorption. Get 4 small, clean bowls. Fill each one with about a tablespoon of sea salt. It can be cheap table salt or expensive Himalayan salt. It doesn't matter. Salt is a crystal, and its natural property is to absorb moisture and, energetically, to absorb negative ions and stagnant heavy chi. Place 1 bowl in each of the 4 corners of every major room in your house: your bedroom, your living room, your office. As you place each bowl, say out loud, "With this salt, I cleanse this space of all that does not serve me." Leave them there for a full 24 hours. Let them act like energetic sponges, soaking up all the old residual energy of arguments, sickness, sadness, and stress. You might even notice the salt clumping or changing color, which is a sign it is working. After 24 hours, do not touch the salt with your bare hands. It is now full of toxic energy. Carefully take each bowl, dump the salt directly into the toilet, and flush it away. Visualize all the negativity being flushed out of your life. Step 2 is the sound activation. After all the salt is gone, the space is empty, but it is neutral. We need to wake it up. We need to fill it with high-frequency, positive vibration. You need sound. You can use a Tibetan singing bowl, a small bell, or if you have nothing else, simply your own hands. Stand in the center of the room. Start clapping your hands loudly and sharply. Walk around the room, clapping into every corner from floor to ceiling. Clap inside your closets. Clap under your bed. The sharp percussive sound wave literally shatters any remaining pockets of stuck energy. As you clap, visualize the sound breaking apart old, gray, stagnant energy into a million tiny pieces that then dissolve into light. After you have clapped through the whole house, open as many windows as you can. Let fresh air and sunlight rush in to replace the old. Feel the difference. The air will feel lighter, crisper. The colors might even look brighter. Now that the house is clean and clear, we have created a vacuum, and the universe loves to fill a vacuum. So, our final, most exciting step is to tell the universe exactly what we want to fill this new space with. We will do this with the wealth pot activation. We need to create a focal point for abundance. A Feng Shui treasure bowl. Find a beautiful bowl. It should be made of ceramic, crystal, or metal, no plastic. The shape should be round with a wide mouth to invite wealth in. The first layer, at the bottom, is to create a foundation. Use uncooked rice or natural crystals like citrine or clear quartz. This represents the earth and stability. The second layer is the treasure. This is where you put your seeds of wealth. Add in 8 to 9 coins. They can be from your own currency or traditional Chinese Feng Shui coins. Add in some semi-precious stones or even small pieces of jewelry you love. The third layer is the symbol of growth. Place a small, healthy, green plant in the center, or, if you prefer, a representation of your biggest goal, a photo of your dream house, a brochure for a dream vacation. The final piece is to add something red. A red ribbon tied around the bowl, or a red envelope with a written wish inside. Red activates the energy. Place this wealth pot in the far left corner of your living room from the entrance, your primary wealth corner. This bowl is now your magnet for money. It is a constant affirmation to the universe that you are open, you are ready, and you are worthy of abundance. You have done it. You have completed the great energetic detox. You have released the old anchors of fear and stagnation. You have cleansed the residual energy. And you have planted a new seed for a new beginning. Your home is no longer a prison of the past. It is a launching pad for your future. If you have completed this journey with me and are ready to claim your new life, I want you to go to the comments section and declare it. Type, I release the old, I welcome the new. Do this to affirm your intention to the universe and to yourself. Thank you for trusting me with your space and your energy. I am honored to have been your guide. I wish you a life of clarity, abundance, and joy. I will see you in the next video.